Actually, I had one question that I wanted to ask, and I remember that we did a show a while ago when James Foley got his head chopped off, and that ISIS guy that had done it was supposedly the son. He was British, raised in London, but not British. I hate to say British. He wasn't fucking British. All right, he was some kebab, right? So he's some kebab that was born and raised in London. His father was an Egyptian who got kicked out of Egypt because he thought he was a terrorist. The United States was watching him. England was watching him. Both of our intelligence services were watching him. The Egypt intelligence service, whatever. But he's in England. He's in London. He's got kids, and he's living in a council estate, like $1 million council estate, getting welfare from the government. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, can you maybe? How the fuck does that happen? I mean, sorry.
Well, no, I know exactly what you're saying. I think it's a mixture of a number of incentives. First of all, the British government in and of itself is very weak in terms of what it can and cannot do with regards to human rights. Most of the laws are made in Brussels now. So even if the UK government did want to kick them out, they probably couldn't. It's actually easier to just put them away on a council estate and try and forget about them. The sort of social justice warriors like the idea that these people can be reformed. If we just show them that we're good people and give them benefits, then they'll give up everything they've believed.
That is a really good track record.
Yeah, I know, right? And I think I don't know, I know you guys aren't too keen on this narrative, but I definitely think there is an incentive from the sort of security services to have jobs for themselves as well. And, and it ends up becoming a self-perpetuating thing where the press have stories to write about and the security services have jobs to do if these people are here. And, I don't know if you've seen the movie The Cube, where it's like they ask who built the cube. And it's just like, it just kind of built itself. It ends up being something like this, where it's sort of like a self-perpetuating.
I'm not adverse to that narrative at all. I mean, that's how quite often I've explained a lot of U.S. foreign policy. I mean, my desire to see the U.S. government, if it, if the United States government.
I'm just curious, really quick. Is there some reason why you think we wouldn't have?
Why we wouldn't buy into that narrative? I think maybe because
I think I've run into discussions with TRS-minded people in the past before that, but I know there's quite a diverse mix of views. I'm not sure actually myself what is exactly TRS, but I think it's
a lot of different things. Nobody really knows actually.
Yeah.
So I mean that's key, because I mean I definitely think that's part of. I don't think. I mean, a lot of anarchists, when you're an anarchist, you think, that explains everything. There is no terrorism. There's no war to fight. There's no enemy.
Our government is the terrorist.
It's just our government making it all up, and they do it so they've got. I mean, I get it, but no, I don't. That's really simplistic. Like, obviously, bureaucracies develop an interest in their own. What's the quote? Like, they develop an interest in the chaos they create, or whatever it is. I forget who said that. It's famous, but obviously, any bureaucracy that is their job is to solve a problem, they become entrenched, and now their existence depends on the existence of that problem. I mean, that's a consistent issue with any sort of. That's why, in my opinion, the job of the government should not be to solve problems, but to maintain order. But anyway,
go figure.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think it was to do with that, like, because you're right. Like, anarchist types can be quite simplistic in their reasoning. Definitely.
Well, they can't.
So anyway,
every anarcho-blank philosophy is just how to look at things when you look at them 2 feet in front of your face, and that's it. So.